My name is Mark Barry, and I've uploaded a book of poems to Amazon's system, which you can download to your PC, your Mac, your tablet, your smartphone. The details are in the description field just below. The book is called My Broken Heart, 75 Days in the NHS. I went in November 2012 for a routine checkup, and they found that later turned out to be 4 of the arteries to my heart were blocked. Open heart surgery was booked, quadruple bypass, but I had to wait until February 2013 for the actual operation because of artery complications. This poem, which is number 72 of 75, so this is the poem that is after the ITC. I wrote a poem by that called Yogurts and Fruity Pots. This is the day or two that follows the operation. In other words, when you literally come out after open heart surgery. You're carrying around a catheter, a large plastic bottle. There's tubes up your willy. There's obviously the pain to deal with the sawed open chest, which is considerable. There's packs on both of your legs, right from your ankles almost up to just above your knee and into your crotch, because they've taken veins from both legs. In fact, I can remember distinctly the staff nurse sitting myself and my wife down and looking me straight in the face and saying, "Do you really want to know what they're going to do to you?" And she was looking at me to say that the right answer is no. No, you do not want to know what they're going to do to you. And there are occasions on the ward in the days of recuperation when men will spot that you've been through the operation. They'll ask you, "Well, what's it like?" Now, your mouth might blurt out what's actually happening, but your gut instinct kicks in and says, this is a time to keep stum. Inside all of that agony and all of that mental anguish and pacing short amounts of distances up and down from your bed every 15 minutes to get your blood going again, are all of these unintentional moments of humour, stuff that just goes wrong, things that happen. When I was in the ITC, this incredibly animated lady came in asking after Mr. Barry because I apparently have a rather wonderful bladder. I was wee-weeing huge amounts of wee-wee. She actually gave me the litre amount. After that, the nurses then take out this brass copper thing that seems like almost 40 foot long from the centre of your chest. You blow it out. I was in a druggy stupor at the time, so it seemed like something off the set of The Matrix, which I mentioned in the poem. And then they have 4 electrodes attached to your heart, which they use to restart your heart in the operation, which is terribly nice of them, you have to admit. But they have it at some point as they begin to reconstruct you. You're collapsing your lungs, your bowels, all of this stuff. At some point they got to take these things out. So the nurse comes in, lies me down on the bed, and typically in my case, the last one, the yellow one, because they're all colour-coded, got stuck on the way out. So she gingerly leans over and she says, "I'll just give this a little bit of a yank, sweetheart." Now at the time, of course, you're terrified because it's your heart. But true to her professionalism, I didn't feel a thing. It all ended up with the consultant who comes around, and the heart surgeons who, as you can imagine, have a truly godlike status, comes around to my bed and gingerly asks how I'm feeling. So this poem is all about that experience, and it's suitably called Pissing for England, and I hope you enjoy it. A highly animated gastroenterologist comes into the ITC, asking after Mr. Barry and his marvellous bladder. Apparently I've displaced an unheard of 23 litres of urine, pissing for England an equally pleased catheter. You wake up and realise there's lots of paraphernalia attached. Plastic tubes are stuck in every available hole. There's 4 colour-coded electrodes connected to your heart and a length of wire buried like a fleshy mole. You blow out that copper line that seems over 40 foot long, looks like a sci-fi prop from the Matrix set. Then they begin to kick-start the parts of your lithesome body they've properly violated and thoroughly upset. There's a circular wad of tubing rammed up your flaccid willy, and every time your battered bladder opens it stings. You feel like Gollum coughing up all manner of bilious phlegm with the breath of an orc in The Lord of the Rings. They break open 3 suppositories up the crack of my arse to help my bowels feel like a newborn man. I'm down an X-ray when I decorate the loo with sniffy piping stretching from Bognor Regis to mainland Japan. A nurse pulls the curtain round and tells me it's time to extract the 4 wires that would have given my ticker a start. But the yellow one gets stuck on the way out and she exclaims, "I'll just give this bit a wee bit of a yank, sweetheart." A surgeon arrives in the evening looking genuinely godlike, tells me the operation was a full-on success story. Asks if I'm feeling better. I tell him, "I'm David Bowie, mate, banging Aladdin Sane and ready for hunky-dory." Thank you.